teacher for Small World Yoga. I will be teaching you all a 30-minute chair yoga practice today. I currently teach at Edmondson Pike Library on Tuesday nights. Yay, Edmondson Pike! And I also teach chair yoga. I am one of the official substitute teachers at the Bordeaux Public Library. I love teaching at the libraries and I love teaching for Small World. So yeah, let's begin. So what you will need is a chair, like the one I have here. Preferably one without any arms or wheels. Yeah. One where you can feel solid in it. This is my dog Oliver on the floor. He's going to join us in our yoga practice today. You can also have a block or choose a book from your bookcases to put underneath your feet to begin with. And just go into a room where you're not going to have any distractions for about 30 minutes or so. And I'd like to begin by getting present. In yoga, we like to say that getting present is really about being connected. It's about being right here, right now, not worrying about anything outside of your practice that might be going on. So if it feels all right for you, close your eyes and start to feel your connection to your chair. Feel the backs of your thighs pressed against the chair. Feel your lower back pressed against your chair. Sit up tall, pressing the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And you can keep your palms closed in your thighs if you'd like a little bit more tranquility throughout the rest of your day, or open them towards the ceiling for a little bit more energy throughout the rest of your day. Just be here, touch in, connect to your breath. If it helps, you can place your left hand over your heart, your right hand on your stomach, feeling your ribs expand with your inhales, and then contract with your exhales. When you feel grounded and present, bring your hands to heart center, and we will begin our practice with 3 deep breaths together. Take a big inhale, open mouth, sigh it out. Do that again, big inhale. One more time, big inhale. Let something go. Open your eyes. Lift all 10 fingers towards the ceiling for a nice good morning stretch. Maybe stick your feet out in front of you. Get tall, get long. And then bring your hands back to heart center. And let's start with a warm-up. So interlace all 10 fingers together towards your midline, press your forearms together, and just take some figure eights, or if you prefer the infinity symbol with your hands. We're warming up our wrists. Just taking some slow circles. Make sure you do both directions. And then release that. Inhale your arms out in front of you, and start to take some finger flicks with passion. So think about like being Spider-Man. This is just warming up our flexor muscles, our extensor and flexor muscles in our wrists, our fingers. This is really good if you type a lot. Really good to just practice when you take a break from typing every once in a while. And then come back to center. Let's warm up our shoulder blades. Place all 10 fingers on tops of your shoulders. And then start to press your elbows out in front of you, taking little circles at first, and then slowly widening your circles. You might start to hear some creaks and cracks in your shoulders as you warm up. That's totally normal. It just means that our joints are becoming fully awake. Also, start to synchronize your breath. So maybe on your pressing forward, you inhale. As you press backward, you exhale. Switch directions. Making sure we're getting that 360-degree rotation of our shoulder blades. And then press your elbows to meet or near meeting in the center. We're going to go in the opposite direction. Our shoulder blades actually move in 6 different planes. So I believe in this and the other shoulder opener, we're getting at least four of them. Switch directions. Breathe, take 2 more shoulder circles. And then release, shake it out, let it go. Let's warm up our neck. Inhale up your right arm. Gently grasp your left ear and then incline your head toward your bicep. You can set your gaze on the ceiling if that feels comfortable. Just take this slow because our necks take a lot of stress throughout our days. So don't overdo this stretch with this giant muscle right here. Take 1 more inhale and then release. Inhale up your left arm, grasp your right ear, and then incline your head towards your bicep. And again, one side maybe feel different than the other. Maybe you're always looking to your right at your computer. Just notice that, no judgment. And then release. Let's take some ankle circles. So if you're on a block, go ahead and move the block out of the way. And scoot forward a little bit on your chair. And we could just take some ankle circles here, opening up. But I like to bring a little bit of creativity into my classes. So starting with your right ankle, let's go ahead and spell the names of my 2 dogs with our ankles in the air. So my first dog is Oliver. Hey, buddy. O-L-I-V-E-R. And then spell it backwards. R-E-V-I-L-O. And then take 1 more circle. There you go. Inhale out your left leg. Let's do that on the left side. So remember, I have 2 dogs. My second dog, her name is Moon Pie. So let's spell Moon Pie. M-O-O-N space P-I-E. All right, spell it backwards. E-I-P space N-O-O-M. Moon Pie. And then take 1 more circle just to complete it. All right, we've got 1 more warm-up activity, and that's hip circles. So if it helps, you can place your hands on your hips. Make sure that you're scooted forward on your chair. Hinge from your hips, and slowly as you can, synchronizing your breath with your movement, take some hip circles. Yeah. And make sure that you're still pressing the crown of your head towards the ceiling. You're not hunching over. You're pressing firmly through your feet into the earth or into the ground. And then switch directions. This is just warming up our hips a little bit. Maybe you feel it a little in your lower back. Keep pressing through your seat into your chair. In any of these warm-up exercises, feel free to continue them for a little bit longer. For the purposes of this video, I'm shortening things a little bit, but just get to the point where you're ready. All right, so now that we've warmed up, let's take some poses. Let's start with cat and cow, which is a fantastic stretch to do first thing in the morning when you're after laying on your back all night long. This is a really good back opener. I'm going to demonstrate it from the side of my chair, but once you get it, you can do it facing straight forward. And if you're facing straight forward, go ahead and again come to the edge of your chair. Place your hands on your knees and take cow pose. So on your inhale, lift your gaze towards the ceiling. Bring your heart forward and press your seat into the chair. Press your belly button towards the front of your chair. This is cow. On your exhale, arch your back, look at cat. Set your gaze on your belly button and release your shoulder blades down your back. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale for cow pose. Remember to press everything forward. Lift your gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, cat. And take this movement, taking long inhales for cow. And equally long exhales for cat, using your own breath. I recommend taking about 10 rounds of cat and cow, going as slow as you can to slowly warm up each of your vertebrae. I'm going to stop at that set, but I think that if you do about 10 rounds of cat and cow every morning, your back will thank you for warming up before going about the rest of your day. All right, let's go ahead and take our flow. I teach a flow-based yoga. You might also call it vinyasa. So we can do this seated. It's wonderful seated. I'm going to put my block, or again, a book from your bookcase in front of you. Scooch forward a little bit on your chair. You don't have to use a block. I just like to have it to rest underneath me. Start in our seated mountain pose. Remember, both feet facing forward at 12 o'clock. We call this true north. Hands at heart center, shoulder blades released on your back, the crown of your head pressed to the ceiling. We're gonna do some modified sun salutations A. This is a really good way to get your heart rate up. Go ahead and inhale your arms up towards the ceiling, all 10 fingers pointing up for extended mountain pose. And if you have a limited range of motion, a really good modification instead of extended mountain is to cactus your arms. Yeah, you're still working out your biceps. So inhale, extended mountain, or cactus your arms. On your exhale, fold forward. Release your hands and release your neck towards the floor. You can shake your head yes and no to wring out any tension in your neck. On your inhale, halfway lift, plant your hands against your shins, send the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Exhale, fold forward again. On your inhale, root down for both feet into the floor and lift up. Extended mountain pose, hands back to heart center. Let's do that again. This time I'll offer the cactus modification for you all. Inhale, cactus, or extended mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, press your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, fold forward. Big inhale, cactus your arms, or extended mountain pose. Exhale, back to heart center. So 1 breath per movement. That's our flow. Let's do that again. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Option to plant your hands on your block. Exhale, fold. Big inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands back to heart center. These are called sun salutations A. I recommend doing 5 of them. We're going to do 1 more, and I'm going to add 1 more pose in there that you can use to spice up your flow. All right, inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward, and then grab opposite elbows. You can move your block out of the way or your book and swing, start to sway from side to side. Release any tension in your neck towards the floor. And this pose is called ragdoll. Ragdoll. Yeah, it's just releasing some tension in your back, maybe in your hips. Take a couple extra breaths in ragdoll. And then half lift, inhale, fold forward, ragdoll. Big inhale, lift up, maybe look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, back to heart center. And by now, your heart rate might be a little elevated. Maybe you've got a little bit of sweat starting. That's good, that's good. It means that you're flowing, which is always a good sign. All right, let's take a twist, and this is called chair twist. So make sure you're scooched forward a little bit in your chair. This is really good for your mid-back. Inhale, extended mountain pose, or of course, cactus. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Hinge slowly forward from your hips, and then twist to your right. You can bring your feet to touching if that helps. And use your left elbow pressed against your right knee, and then press your knee back against your elbow. That'll help you deepen the twist And again, press the crown of your head towards the front of the room. If you feel solid and grounded here in your twist, you can open your hands in opposite directions and fly. This will get you a little bit deeper into your twist. You should feel this in your mid and lower back. If you're feeling extra spicy, take your top hand and wrap it around your mid back for a bind, reaching for your left thigh. Yeah, you can work on the bind. It doesn't come automatically. It's something that I've been practicing for a while now. Option to stay flying, or option to keep your hands pressed towards your midline into one another. One more inhale. Exhale, release back to heart center. And let's take that chair twist on the left. I'll show you all 3 versions again. Inhale, extended mountain or cactus. Exhale, hands through heart center, hinge from your hips, and then twist to your left. Yeah. So again, here's your 3 choices. You can stay here with your hands pressed firmly toward your collarbone, or you can fly them open, spin your bottom lung towards the ceiling for a deeper twist. And then the third option, of course, is to create the bind with your left hand, reaching for your right thigh. Wherever you are, take one more inhale. Exhale back to center. Woo! Yeah. My heart rate's getting a little bit higher. Okay, let's go ahead and take, this pose is one of my new favorites. It's called half cow face pose. In Sanskrit, it is Gomukhasana. So inhale up your right arm. Pat yourself on your back between your shoulder blades. Bring your left arm out to the side. And then reach with your left hand for your right fingertips behind your back. I'm going to stand up and show you what this might look like from the back. This is the half cow face bind. And the eventual peak of the pose is with all 10 fingers interlaced. Sometimes I can get this. Today, not so much. But try for it. And if you need a modification, you can have a sock in between here pulling, or you can even pull on your shirt. You just want to try and create that compression with your hands. And then if you want to take this even further in half cow face, wrap your right leg behind your left and compress everything towards your midline. Lift your right elbow, your top elbow towards the ceiling. This is the cow ear, hence half cow face. Your legs are the cow's mouth. Breathe, and then release and shake it out. Take out that compression. Let's do that on the opposite side. Half cow face or Gomukhasana on the left. Inhale up your left arm. Pat yourself behind your shoulder blades, and then reach for your left fingertips with your right hand. And you will definitely notice how asymmetrical we are, because as you can see, this is a lot easier for me. I think I'm left-handed, so I think I'm more open on the left side. Just breathe, keep reaching, keep lifting your cow ear towards the ceiling. And again, you want to go deeper in the pose, wrap your legs around each other. Take one more inhale, exhale, release, shake it out, let that go. Okay, let's do a pose for our hips. This is called half pigeon on the right. So bring your right leg up on top of your left knee. Flex that lifted right foot so that all 5 toes are pointed towards your knee. That'll activate all the muscles and protect it. You can start by raising your arms above your head for extended mountain, or of course your cactus, hands back to heart center. You can stay here in half pigeon. If this is enough, you're feeling like a deep stretch in your right thigh, wonderful, stay here. If you need a little bit more, slowly hinge forward from your hips, towards the floor, towards your block or your book, and get to that point where you're continuing to feel that deep stretch. You can even, if you feel like you need a lot, reach down with your hands, gently pressing into the block. And half pigeon is one of those poses that we stay in a little bit longer because the big muscle groups in our thighs take a little bit longer to release. So let's stay here. I recommend staying here for like 10 breaths. For our video today, we're just gonna take 5. And I like to say there's 3 choices in a pose, right? You can stay in the pose and fight it. You can get into a pose and run away, or you can stay in a pose and try and find some ease. So in half pigeon, that ease begins with your breath. Breathe into any spot of resistance. We're going to take 2 more rounds of breath. And then release and shake that out. You might make your hands into fists, just kind of gently bringing that blood flow back into your leg, back into your thigh. And then take half pigeon on the left side. And if this is where you are today, it's fine. This is your yoga. Remember, if at any point during practice you lose your breath, please come back to your breath and back off in the pose. Listen to your body. It's the most important part of yoga. So here we go. Again, hinge forward from your hips. If this feels all right, reach towards your block or to your dog who is gently lying on the floor below you. Hey, buddy. He likes to do yoga with me. And then breathe. I recommend 10 breaths. We're just going to stay in this for 5 breaths total today. Release any tension in your neck towards the ground. And when you've come to the end of your 5th exhale, slowly rise up. Get that blood moving back into your left leg. Yeah. Let's take Supta Baddha Konasana, or it's called reclined butterfly. So sit back in your chair, open your knees wide to either side of your chair. Press your heels towards your midline if that's accessible. And again, left hand over your heart points to the left, the right hand on your stomach. Close your eyes if that feels okay, or you can set a soft gaze a few feet in front of you and check in with yourself. You can feel your heartbeat in this pose. Your heart rate might be a little bit elevated from our flow today. So see if you can deepen your breath, your inhales and your exhales, to slow your heartbeat. And check in, touch in, see how you are feeling now as compared to the beginning of our practice when we first began. And again, just notice, no judgment, just getting curious. And when you're ready and you feel complete, you can stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana, or you can release the pose and we'll come into the final pose of class, which I believe is the most important pose, and that is Shavasana, or the final rest. I like to put my block underneath my feet to connect myself to the ground. Again, palms open or palms closed, your choice, yogi's choice. Release your shoulder blades down your back. And just allow yourself to be here, to sit here, and do nothing. There's nothing left to do. Your practice is complete. I recommend sitting in Shavasana for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to do it for 1 minute today for the video. But again, it's your choice what you want to do. I'll keep track of time for 1 minute. When you're ready, begin to deepen your breath, lengthening your inhales and your exhales. Invite some tiny, gentle movements into your fingers and your toes. Take some wrist and ankle circles, if that feels good. And then take one last good morning, good evening, good afternoon stretch, getting really long, really tall. Bring your hands back to heart center. And we will end class just the way we began with 3 deep breaths together. So everybody take a big inhale. Let it go. Do that again. Big inhale. One more time. Biggest inhale of your day. Release. Bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead center for kind thoughts. Bring them to your mouth for kind words. And then bring them one last time to heart center for kindness towards yourself and towards others. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you all so much for watching, for practicing. I love teaching yoga. I love teaching chair yoga. So follow us on all the socials, smallworldyoga.org, at smallworldyoga on Instagram, smallworldyoga on Facebook, and again, I am Sarah Blizzard. Blizzard like the kind of storm. Bye.